today's episode of Full Out Flying Solo. I am, I'm realizing a lot that I'm super affected by like Dateline stuff and like true crime stuff. I had to cut myself off of watching any true crime, but my mom did raise me on Lifetime movies. It was like Lifetime television for women movies in the like early 90s. That's what I was raised on. I wasn't allowed to watch, I wasn't allowed to watch Ren and Stimpy. I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons, but I was allowed to watch every single Lifetime television for women movie about like, all the things that YouTube probably doesn't want me to say because it will like ban us from YouTube. All of those things like domestic violence, all this kind of stuff. So I was really young when I started watching all of these movies with my mom. My parents got divorced when I was 7, I think, and I was living in South America with my mom and my dad and my sister. And then my parents got divorced, and my mom and my sister and we moved to Houston, and my dad stayed in Venezuela. So I think I was like in a weird space to start watching these Lifetime movies because I had just moved from a country where like shit was going down, where like, my dad's boss was kidnapped. Like I think I've talked about this before, but they would be like, don't go out, you go get kidnapped. Like I heard bombs go off, all this stuff. So I think my mind was already open to the idea that like all this stuff could happen to me, and I probably should have just watched The Simpsons about like farts, and my mom did not want me to hear about that. Instead, she wanted me to learn about like kidnapping. And so my mom was a single mom, and every night we'd go to bed and she'd send us to bed in the middle of the Lifetime movie because my bedtime was at 9, but the movie ended at 10. So she sent me to bed every night with the killer still on the loose. It would be like mid-movie. You don't know what's going to happen. You're like freaked out of your mind. You still think like the person's out there. And so I'm watching all these movies so then I would start to sneak out. My sister would fall asleep. We shared a room. She was a year younger than me. And I was like, she's too young for these Lifetime movies, but I'm not. I'm 7. So I would like sneak out and finish the movie with my mom. And we watched movies like She Fought Alone. And we watched like, oh gosh, there's one where, what is it called? This dad like hires his kids to kill their mom. And yeah, and it's like a family affair, something like that. And I remember thinking my mom and I would just like sit there talking about all these movies and being like, kids really shouldn't get involved in their parents' relationship. Like they should have kept their kids out of it. And like She Fought Alone, I remember she was a woman in a parking lot walking to her car alone at night. And we would just like scream at the TV and be like, why are you alone? You shouldn't be walking alone. This is crazy. So my mom raised me on all these movies, and we'd sit there and we'd like watch them together, and we'd watch Death of a Cheerleader. It's like this mom like wanted her daughter to be on the cheer team. So they like hired somebody to kill the cheerleader. And I just was, really young, but I was understanding all these themes of the movie. And then my very first acting job was for a reenactment scene in Unsolved Mysteries. And that it's shot in Houston, and my sister and I looked like twins at this point. So a lot of times we would get kind of hired as like twins in a way, where Chelsea got this job and my sister got the job because she was smaller, but I was her backup. And then I ended up being an extra in it as well, which was really hard to like be your sister's backup on your first acting job because so Chelsea, we had like the same outfit on in case that Chelsea wouldn't be able to do it, but whatever, we did this reenactment scene, the mom in the Unsolved Mystery. Unsolved Mysteries is crazy. I used to watch that too, and Unsolved Mysteries are unsolved mysteries. Like what 8-year-old should be watching I feel like we're all freaking out about anything that's unsolved right now. Like imagine being 8 and being like, oh, all these people are still on the loose because this is all unsolved. And our episode of Unsolved Mysteries that I was an extra in and my sister had the real role was the mom like disappeared. And I remember the mom had like a beehive in the episode because it happened in the 50s. And my sister was scared to like go up to her. So they kept giving her quarters so that my sister would do it. And I was like, I would do this for free. Just put me in. But like I was like, I don't need quarters. But anyways, after the episode, I also was like in the background at the hospital or something. After the episode, we got to go to Toys R Us and pick out a toy that we wanted to buy. And then we went to Taco Bell and we were eating lunch at Taco Bell. And my mom stepped away and it was me and my sister. She was 6, I was 7, I think, sitting at this table. And my mom went to get us a refill of our, like, we called it fizzy orange soda, like of our sodas. And this guy came up to my sister and he was wearing one of those like worker jumpsuits. And he was like, "You're so cute. You're so cute." And my sister was like, "Oh, hi." And my first thought was like, this is a red flag because like I am also cute. And why is he not telling me I'm cute too? And then he was like, and then I realized like the company name on his worker jumpsuit, he had this like truck van parked out front. It didn't match the company name on the truck out front. And I'm like taking all this in while my mom's getting us a refill on our soda. And then the guy goes to my sister, "Oh, can I have a hug?" And my sister put her arms out to hug this guy. And I laid into her. I was like, "What are you doing? Do not give him a hug. He's trying to kidnap you." And my mom came back to the table to me like screaming at my sister and this guy standing there like, and he just like walked off. But I was like, he's going to like steal you from us. He's going to change your name to something generic like Barbara. He's going to cut your hair and dye your hair and he's going to throw you in the back of his van. And it's like a busted out taillight. I'm positive. And I was like, oh, wow, I've watched way too much Lifetime. But I do think I saved my sister's life by watching all of these Lifetime episodes of TV. And then as I got older, I was like, I can't watch this stuff anymore because I was obsessed with watching Dateline, but I would always think someone was trying to kidnap me. And then one night, and I used to think like, but that's smart. You should always be on the lookout for that. But then one night in the middle of the night, I woke up and Marco, my husband, was on his laptop still awake in bed. And I looked at him and I just was like, I don't know why in my mind, I was like, he's trying to kill me. He's trying to kill me. I need to get out of this house. Like I woke up half asleep and I was looking at him like, oh my God. And he's like, it's okay. What's going on? It's okay. And he put his hand on my face. Like, it's okay. It's okay. And I was like, oh my God, he's going to snap my neck right now. I know it. He's going to snap my neck right now. And I was like, and then I was like thinking like, we didn't have kids yet. I was like, should I take the dog with me? Like, how do I get out of the house? And then like, I kind of like snapped out of it and fell back asleep. And the next day he's like, what happened to you? And I was like, so I think I thought you were going to kill me in the middle of the night because I've been watching too much Dateline and stuff. And it says it's always the nice guys. It's always like the ones that you're like, you would never suspect him. He was the nicest guy. And so I decided to cut myself off of Dateline and true crime because it gets into my psyche too much. And it kind of like I start looking for dead bodies on the runs in the woods. I'm like, I'm going to find a dead body right now. I know, like it gets into my head too deeply. So I don't watch it anymore. All right, let's read some Full Out stories.
Wow.
Wow. It is. I feel like a lot of women feel the same way about Dateline things, though. It's like it really gets in deep into your psyche and you start to be like, this could happen.
Oh no, I was obsessed and I had to stop because it was starting to like fuck with my relationships.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And then you start to be like, okay, so I need to learn as much as I can from Dateline in case that ever happens to me. Then I'm going to know all the tricks of how to get out of any situation.
Well, so that's kind of like that to learn all the tricks. But then also now my rule for myself is I can only watch, I can only listen or watch true crime if it involves like male on male violence, because then I like can't picture myself in that situation.
Oh my gosh.
So I had to listen to stories that like have nothing to do with like me or my family, like cannot happen to any of my family members. One of the ones that got into my psyche like the most ever was like the staircase that like
I didn't watch that one.
No, that was one of the last true crime ones I watched, and I was like, that made me so paranoid. That one fucked me up.
Yeah, I know. It's like, ugh. I know it's so good to watch, but then after you're like, I can't sleep and this is bad. And like, I think everyone's trying to kill me. So,
but then I feel like you're kind of also like, you're not too scared of like being out in the world, are you? Like when you're actually out in the world, like you're not like constantly.
No, but I do like have my head on a swivel all the time and I run to my car all the time. That's my trick, is to run to my car because I'm like, nobody's going to try and catch somebody who's already running.
No, my thing is like, I think I'm not scared in the real world because I'm so aware of like all the tricks already. But like, it's interesting. I feel like my friends that have never consumed true crime, they're like scared of everything. Like they're scared to like walk to their car during the day. And I'm like, I'm fine. Like I'm smart. Like I'm not going to be stupid.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's good.
Yeah. There was
a little bit moderation.
Yeah. Moderation. No, there was when I first like had moved into my apartment, there like the police came like door to door in our neighborhood and was like, oh yeah, like there's like a serial rapist on the loose. Like please be careful. Da 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 da. And I was like, what? But I like was surprisingly a lot less scared than I think I would have been. Like I'm so much more scared of the hypothetical versus a real situation. I was so much less scared of the real situation than I am like all these hypotheticals in my head.
Okay, well, that's an issue, Molly. That's a problem.
No, I don't know what it is. I'm a lot less scared of this
Normally,
real
I'm like,
situation.
we think the same, but this is one where I'm just not.
I'm always
I'm
like, fine with like the real situation. I don't know what it is.
maybe because you're like, I'll just take them down and I'll like, yeah, I don't know. That's interesting.
Maybe
yeah.
that's what it is. Like it's like fight or flight, and I like go into fight mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, well, we have some full-out stories that aren't about Dateline and crimes. Okay, Maya. I went full-out hosting a dinner party to seem like I have my life together. I lit candles, played jazz, used cloth napkins. I forgot to turn on the oven. We ate at 9:30 p.m. Everyone was so polite, though. One friend ordered Postmates on the way home.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I mean, you gotta have snacks out at least, right?
I know.
I hope they had snacks out.
I hope so. I feel like this is like luckily something I haven't done, but seems like something I would do.
I've been to friends' houses for dinner and like while pregnant, and they like you get there and they haven't even taken the ingredients out of the fridge or freezer or anything, and then like talk to you forever. And then I've had to ask if I could have some almonds or something from the pantry because I was like dying. And then I was like, I can never go to that person's house again for dinner.
Yeah.
Wait, this person forgot to turn the oven on?
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of oven? Like a wood burning oven? Just
Keita's
turn
also
the
a
oven
chef.
on.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I forgot to turn on the oven. I think maybe they put the food in the oven, thought it was cooking. That would be my guess, but forgot to turn the oven on. Like I think they probably thought something that had to cook for an hour
was
cooking.
And then they went to open it and it wasn't, but they weren't checking on it.
Yeah.
I feel like this sounds like a friend who should, based on how they're cooking, should be ordering in for their friends anyways.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
It's so much easier. I don't cook. I order in because, if you're,
I'm an orderer. I don't cook for my friends. I'll make like the dessert and then that's it. Like I won't like
Keita's
make
a
the
really
meal.
good cook.
Ooh,
Keita, when
okay.
I first met him, I went to a party at his house and it was in the day and Penelope was like 3 and she came with me. And he used to be a celebrity chef. He's gonna do an episode of Full Out at some point.
Yes.
But I went there and he had like cooked for everybody and else. And then we're in his kitchen, and he's like, "Do you want some pasta, Penelope?" Because he saw she was like a kid, and she's like, "Yeah." And he like whipped her up like gourmet pasta for like the 1 3-year-old at the party while he's having a full party at his house.
Can you
and I
have
was
a
like,
full out dinner party and have us over for dinner?
Yes.
Every dinner party I throw is full out.
Well, I want to have some of your food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so nice. I just was like, who is this guy? I was like, he's so nice. Like if somebody's nice to your kid, it goes like,
Yeah.
also I was like, I really want to be here alone because it's like all adults, but we're alone this weekend because Marco was out of town. And I was like, I want to go to this party. And I was like, we'll just stop by. And I feel like you made Penelope feel like the star. She got her own special meal.
That's really
and then I was
special.
able to hang out. And I was like, this is so fun.
Special limited time offer. I'm single right now.
All right. DM us for Keita's,
DM us if you want
Keita's phone number.
Yeah, and I'll send it to you. Yeah, I'll screen you a little bit, make sure you're legit,
Yeah, no
and then
crazies.
we'll set you up
crazies,
with
yeah.
Keita. We should
Yeah.
for Keita's episode, it should be like you interview him for potential dates,
Yeah.
and then people write in.
I do want to screen them though because
No, we'll make sure they're not crazy. Don't worry.
yeah.
Okay.
That would be fun to try
love
and
this.
set you
All
up.
right.
Full out story. Full out story from Ethan.
Okay.
Hi, Brittany. I went full out on self. I'm gonna start that over. Okay. Full out story from Ethan. Hi, Brittany. I went full out on self-care and booked a massage. I promise this isn't a creepy massage story. The room was quiet, the music was calming, and then my stomach made a noise so loud the masseuse paused for a second, asked if I was okay. I pretended to be asleep even though she was actively working on my shoulders. Tipped extra out of shame.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I had to pee so bad during a massage the other day, and I like was like for the entire hour, and I just like sat there. I was too embarrassed to like ask to go up to go pee, and it was like I ruined my own massage.
I know. I've made a rule for myself that I'm like, it's really hard for some reason to ask for what you need when you're getting a massage. I feel like because you feel guilty, but I've made a rule for myself that if I can't be somebody who like says what I need during the massage, I'm not allowed to get a massage because I'm like, I'm too old for this. Like I had a guy give me a massage and his hands reeked of cigarettes and it was like so disgusting. And then I left and I get these like crazy migraines where I lose my vision and my speech. And I got a migraine where I lost my vision and my speech from like smelling cigarette smoke, like that didn't come off of my face for like a week, no matter how much I scrubbed. And I was like, I need to be better about this. Like I can never let that happen to myself again. And then also that guy was so strong with his hands that he massaged my head so intensely that I had like a dent in my head. I think I probably got the migraine because one, I had a full-blown dent in my head, but then I started panicking that it was never going to go back to normal. And I was like, oh my God, my head is deformed. He pushed in my head. My skull is bent.
Yeah.
I gave myself a foot. I mean, poor Marco was like, I think it's going to go back. But like, I was like, you can see it, right? And he's like, yeah, kind of. Like you could totally see that I had a dent in my head.
That's like scary though. I like,
yeah, but I think I'm so intense that I'm like, I can handle any kind of pain, dent my scalp and I'll like be fine with it with your cigarette hands. And like, that's when I was like, I can't. West Hollywood.
Okay.
How funny would it be if like all of a sudden on the news you saw that there's a guy sneaking into massage parlors, like massaging people, and like it's
like a Dateline episode.
Yeah, there's like monsters, like
on the episode where I'm like, I'm so good at spotting red flag for Dateline episodes, and people are like, it sounds like somebody was trying to crush your skull in.
Oh my gosh,
massage, and you didn't even notice. All right, for our final Fallout story, one of our listeners and followers sent us her book. It's do you want to read the title of it?
Yeah, The Abortion Companion, an affirming handbook for your choice and your journey by Becca Ray Tucker.
So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Becca.
I think her Instagram handle is like Sweet Feminist or something like that. But she posts a lot of good like abortion resources. And,
really good resources for like just choice and like birth control and women's rights.
And I feel like speaking up for abortion is you have to be a very full out person because you're going to get a lot of hate from the other side. So good job writing a book about it and continuing to like, you know, give people resources. And thanks for following us. Yeah. And thanks for sending it to us. So nice.
No, I'm going to be borrowing it from you once you're done with it.
Great. You can borrow it.
Yeah. So thank you.
Yeah,
that's like the best full out story addition to one of these solo episodes.
Yeah, you can also send us stuff.
Yes. See how full out you can get. No, please.
We won't give you our address because we watch Dateline, but you can send us stuff. Okay. If you can find us, okay, that's the creepiest way to end the Dateline episode. Thanks so much, guys. Talk to you soon.
Keep writing.
Oh, keep writing us at Full Out Pod. Send us DMs, voice memos, however you want to tell us your full out stories. We really love hearing them. Bye.